running, I had this heel pain, which I do have some. The oatmeal bowl. The oatmeal bowl. You gotta still say one of the best. You gotta add the water perfectly. Did you already know? Did you already know? Gotta get the banana. Now time to get the coffee started. Now I got something special. That's what I'm talking about. That's after 5 weeks. 5 weeks later, I'm deciding to have some caffeine coffee. Dismiss that feeling. You already know what that is. I don't know where you've been if you don't know what that is. Can't forget the bear bites. Some fresh bear bites. Got some at the store yesterday. The peanut butter chips. Peanut butter chocolate chips. One of a kind. Now let's just go check on the coffee. Let's go check on the coffee now. That is so good. So good. Oh, what can I say to everybody? Early mornings are one of the best. One of the best, especially when you have a caffeine cup of coffee, because you get awake so early. It's been like so very long since I had a cup of coffee that was caffeinated. It's been since my race, since my marathon 5 weeks ago. We're going on 6, but I'm like, no more. No more. I'm gonna have a cup of caffeine coffee today because I really need it. And I have a 100-mile bike ride planned today because, again, I'm not running. I had this heel pain, which I do have some ice for, which I don't know. I don't know why it's not getting better. It's very frustrating and annoying. But hey, what can you do? I mean, all you can do is try to rehab it as much as possible. Everything happens for a reason. It will teach you a process. It will teach you a journey. And that's why you have to always look in the future rather than in the past. Looking in the future will brighten your day rather than looking at the past. If I look at the past and look at my fitness, how it was back 2 years ago or even 6 weeks ago, about the race, when I had so much fitness for the race where it allowed me to run 6:39 pace for 26.2 miles for a 2:54 marathon. Like, if I look back at that, it's just going to cause me more mental anxiety and even more stress than I already have dealing with my foot. That's why I have to look in the future and see what's my next plans, what's upcoming next. Like I always do. But this oatmeal and a Belvita bar with Bear Bites, oh my god, it's just magical. Magical. I'll have to do some work and some editing, and it's bike ride time. All for the ride. Oh yeah. And back from the gym, everybody. Kind of a lazy gym session because today I did a 113-mile bike ride on my indoor trainer. So I was riding on Zwift and I was just crushing it. I totally nailed nutrition, ate a lot of popsicles, ate a lot of Clif Bars and Bear Bites and whatnot. It was a perfect ride. I kept up a very steady power, about 150 watts on average, and I felt really strong throughout the way. And my butt does hurt a little bit after, but overall, it was a very good ride. And about an hour and a half later, I went over to the gym and started doing some strength training, some foam rolling, mobility work. Just a very solid day, very pumped of what went down today, but it's just building up to what I'm seeing in the future. I did hop on the treadmill to try to get in around a 20-minute run, but I did start to experience heel pain at 12 minutes in, so I called it quits at 15 minutes, which is very, very disappointing. But I'm just stop looking in the past. I really got to stop looking in the past and just start to look in the future, just like Chris. Chris really got to start looking in the future. He can't look at the past. He can't look at what he did last year, training for a half marathon, or when he was training for a half marathon, what he did in Georgia, what he did in Colorado. Because if you did what you did 3 years ago, the exact same stuff, you don't change. You really don't change. You might progress and get better at something, but what are you changing? It's good to change something up every time. Seth James Moore, during his Pikes Peak training block last year, he changed things up. He started running up Pikes Peak more, but with the weighted vest compared to when he wasn't. He was getting stronger so he can run faster. And in my marathon training block, I was changing things up compared to my other training blocks. I was running more, I was building a higher weekly mileage, I was staying consistent, and I was going to the gym to strength train. I never done that before. But I can't look back. I gotta start changing things up and look into the future. I just gotta be appreciative of this time right now. I'm able to still go to the gym and strength train. I'm able to still big gear cycle. I'm able to do so many other things still compared to when I am running, especially when I'm in that peak training running 70 to 80 mile a week. I can't strength train as hard. I can't big gear cycle for as hard or as long. My legs are so tired and I'm so focused on that running train that I can't really do some of the things that I'm doing now. So I have to be thankful. And this will help me overall better me in my future plans, in my future training block, and lead me to getting stronger because I can tell I am getting stronger. I'm able to push more power on the bike. I'm able to start building up more strength in the gym, and sooner or later, I won't be able to go to the gym and strength train as hard because I'll be running a lot more miles, or at least hopefully a lot more miles. I never know. I don't know what the future is to bring. I just know what the past has done, but I can't look at the past. I cannot look at how much fitness I had running my half marathon or my marathon and all these other events and all these other runs. I just have to look at what's today and what's coming up in the future and how today and all my other days has an impact to later on in my future. If I overtrain now, well, it's going to be detrimental to my future. I'm trying to run long term. I'm not trying to run for the past. I'm not trying to run just for the present. I'm trying to run long term, which is going into the future. So we as athletes and we as runners and just everything, we got to stop looking at the past. We got to live in the present, but search out to the future, because all of us want to train long term and run long term because we love it. We love the sport, and it does cause us to overtrain and overuse our bodies so much because we think we can handle more than we can, because we just love the grind and that effort. But we can't do that. We cannot do that. But yeah, that is what I'm dealing with. I just have a lot of trouble just looking into the future. I'm just always thinking. It causes me so much anxiety of when I'm looking in the past. Like, just 5 weeks, I'm always thinking. It even keeps me up at night. When I goes to the bathroom in the middle of the night, I start thinking of stuff. Or my heel starts to hurt, and it brings me back to memories in my head, and I can't go back to bed. I'm up for an hour, maybe even 2 hours, just having so much anxiety over what's down in my heel bone and whatnot. Because I'm like, 6 weeks ago, you were perfectly fine. You had no heel pain, or you had the slightest of heel pain. Maybe the marathon caused you more heel pain. But who really knows? That is the past. Who really cares anymore? And you just gotta look into the future and be like, hey, what's upcoming? Rather than what already happened. And so, question of the day: when is a time you regret looking in the past when you should have looked into the future? Or when is a time you have overtrained and it affected your future training plans and everything else? Because I had that happen. I had it happen in my marathon training block. I had it happen a few other times. Because as athletes, it does happen to us. It's completely normal thing. So when is it a time you overtrained and it affected you in your upcoming training block? But the comment of the day goes to Ezekiel Anderson. He said, question of the day: on Christmas Eve, I unfortunately had to work. I work at a grocery store and it was super busy. On Christmas Day, I visited my parents and we had a great time. The older I get, the more I appreciate spending time with family more than the presents. I totally agree with you, Ezekiel. I really do. As a kid, I loved to get presents. I loved all that joy, and I still do. I still love all that joy. But as I get older and I go more into the future, I just try to make memories and spend my time with my family, because you don't know how much longer you're going to have with them. Especially when I get older, I turn 18 or 20 or whatever, and I have to move out the house, and I won't see them as much. It's just more of that spending time with them, because on Christmas Day, instead of going training, I decided to skip out my training, especially since I wasn't all season, and I really didn't have to train. Just skipped out on that and started hanging out with my family, and I cooked with Chris, I cooked with my mom, and we just had a really good time. Yes, I enjoyed opening presents, and I'm glad all what I got, but did I really need that? No, I just glad I had family time, because I know other times I really don't get that, because overall I'm so focused on my training most of the time, and all my other priorities I have to do, like schoolwork and go to work and edit this YouTube, that I don't have some time for some other things. And when the holidays comes around, it's a perfect time to spend time with your family. You get to relax and maybe watch a movie and enjoy some time with them, compared to other times you might be way too stressed out and you have things to do. So it's not really about the presents, it's making the memories and enjoying the holidays with your family. But I'm going to close out the vlog here. Thank y'all for watching. Support us on Patreon or Venmo us. I'll put it somewhere on the screen right here. But thank you for watching. Stay humble, work hard, and be kind. I'll see y'all next one.